Thank you for joining us here on the Neutral Zone. I am Phil Milani, joined as always by my partner in crime. Really, what's the other thing I say about you? My esteemed colleague. Really, you're my everything. It's at Aric DiLalla.
That was a 4 out of 10 at best.
I was trying. You know, it's been a long day. It's been a long couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Day 13 of Broncos camp.
You think like a player, like a Cortland Sutton, he doesn't catch a pass or something, which he wouldn't do because he's catching everything out there. You think he goes up to Sean Payton, he's like, I'm trying. Sorry.
Well, some of those guys get vet days. So
yeah, you haven't earned that.
One of those.
You haven't earned that.
I know a day of camp it is because it's etched into the wall near your desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
keep track.
Tally marks. Yeah, exactly. So,
you know who never takes a vet day?
Ben Swanson.
Wow. Yeah, I'm out there all the time. You can probably tell. I got a nice tan.
I can tell because of the Broncos T-shirt. You've been doing work.
Yeah. I can't be dirtying my nice polos and my nice.
What you wear to paint. Yeah, what you wear to paint. You can't be. Exactly.
You've been wearing that shirt for a few days here. Starting to smell a little bit.
Very nice of Aric to wear a Milani sponsored shirt.
Yeah, I mean, somebody who supports my coworker.
I like
my
that.
friend.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. There you go.
On display, yeah.
There you go.
M for Milani.
This is
Thank
good
you
for
very
the
much.
podcast, too.
Yeah.
Well,
Aric is wearing a very nice blue polo shirt.
Of course.
And it has an M logo, an emblem.
An emblem?
Insignia.
An insignia.
An emblem.
And it was for me.
It was.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm just wearing a Broncos polo, so that's kind of for you.
Because I work here?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Because you live here.
The Broncos, of course, getting ready to pack up and make their way to Arizona. Latest temperatures there is 137 degrees.
That's not quite true, but pretty close.
Close.
Cortland Sutton on this,
it doesn't matter.
As we're recording on Wednesday, he said whether it's 120 degrees or minus 20 degrees, he loves playing football.
He'll do anything. And with all the muscles he has now, I mean, he'll stay warm wherever.
Funny, Swanson?
Phil has been talking about the muscles.
They look nice. He's got some
sculpted
Jordan Beasley muscles.
Yeah,
Told me to get
exactly.
some photos of the muscles.
Yeah, I said zoom in
Yeah,
on
it
those
makes
muscles,
me,
enhance them.
Enhance.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't quite be 120, but it'll be close outside.
Good thing they play inside.
Good thing. Though, the field, there's some concerns.
Yeah. An injury in practice there, right?
Marlon Mack.
Yeah, Marlon Mack.
Season-ending injury.
Yeah, that's no good.
Media here in Denver are just panicking.
Yeah.
They're like, will people even play in the game?
Don't even play in the game. Don't play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Payton was like, what?
What? We're here to play football.
We're going to play football.
Yeah.
That works just as well for everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to do some
We're
football.
just going to play some football. We'll talk about what to expect in this game. What would be a good outing for the Broncos here? What do you want to see? What do you need to see?
What do you hope to see?
What do you hope to see? You know, H's and D's, hopes and dreams. Yeah. That's what we always talk about.
Yeah.
H's and D's.
You talk about that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Gotta wonder what you've been over there muttering to yourself.
You mean on my desk or during the show?
Both.
Both. Yeah, both. So that's what we'll talk about in this episode of the Neutral Zone.
Perfect.
But before we get to that, Aric, this is an interactive experience. We're here for NZ Nation. Shout out to Derek right off the top here.
Wow.
Derek stopped me during training camp wearing a Javonte Williams jersey, took a photo, and said, please.
You try to tackle him?
Give me a shout out on the show. And I was like, of course, it's an interactive podcast.
Sure. Somebody said, it might have been Derek, said, my everything.
Yeah.
And I turned around, and it was him.
And it was him. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was Derek or not. I didn't catch a name.
Oh.
Swanson
I'm more of a man of the people.
was crying, and
Yes,
so I attend to that.
He's emotional, sensitive.
The light was hitting the field in just kind of the right way.
It's like, Aric,
He was weeping.
see this.
I was,
He was weeping?
I was like, sorry, nice fan. I got to go.
Yeah. Did you make it in time or had the moment passed?
He was just sobbing. And the camera gear was all ruined, so they had to buy some more.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's no
put
problem.
it in order.
Yep.
Yeah, that's no problem. Eric, how can fans be a part? Be a part of the
Let's get
show?
emotional again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil, there's a lot of ways. You could leave a voicemail at 707-NEUTRAL. You leave an email at neutralzoneshow@gmail.com. You do either of those things, we will either play or read them respectfully
Yes.
and respectively.
Yeah.
Right here on the air.
Both. Both.
Or, Phil, you could send us an X at
Yeah,
Aric
send an
DiLalla,
X.
at Phil Milani on X.com.
And that is not. I don't think that is the website.
I don't know what the website
It is
to be-
X.com.
To be honest.
Oh, it is. They did buy it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then it takes you to twitter.com. It redirects you to twitter.com.
Have you updated Chrome?
Did you check your settings?
Yeah,
I
new.
think I have.
You update Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom.
Zoom does it by itself.
Even do your security training?
Did you
Well,
do
since being
two-factor?
fished over there.
Two-factor? Yeah. What?
I got 3 factors.
You got 3. Yeah. Yeah. Please update. You have 20 minutes to update, or you owe us $1 million.
Both are non-traditional spellings.
Yeah,
and
they
you
are.
can get in touch with us that way. Broncos Podcats, Phil, an old friend.
Oh, yeah.
He did some tweets this week.
Some X's?
No, that's true. He did some X's.
What'd he say? Yeah.
Those sorts of things.
This and that?
Yeah, this and that
This
and the
and
other.
that? Yeah.
And the other. You don't want to forget the
Don't
other.
forget about the other.
No. And it was nice to hear from him. Hope his baby's doing well.
And what's our favorite? Yeah, we hope his baby is doing well. What's our favorite way?
Telegram.
Yeah, send a bird. An owl.
Swanson, what is it? When you go birding, what is an owl? How do you kind of know whether it's like a great horned owl or a snow owl? What's
Snow
the difference
owl?
in
Yeah.
in
There's
noises?
a lot of different
I
owls.
Just
wouldn't
those-
know. But
Yes.
Well,
like-
what would you think that? Like
Make
a
some of the
great-
noises for us, please.
What do you think? Hoo, hoo. Is that a great horned
Yeah,
owl?
Which one was
Would
that?
you
one?
have me? I
Which
don't
one
know.
was it? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great
we'll come back
horn.
to that.
That's what you look like with your hair right now.
Wow. Just to redirect the blow.
You kind of look like Mel Kiper Jr.
Thank you. He's got great hair. The hair at the Hall of Fame
That
was
was
suffering.
uncalled for.
I don't know. I think it was called for.
I will say, somebody said, "What's going on with Philly's hair?"
Of course,
That was probably the most
you
hurtful
interviewed
comment.
DeMarcus Ware in a hallway chasing
sauna,
after
I
him.
think
Exclusive.
it was.
Exclusive. I think no one else talked to him the
Is it
entire weekend.
was there a wind tunnel or something?
Yeah, I
A
think
giant
that's where it was.
fan,
Yeah.
blowing.
Plus a lot of heat and moisture in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
All bad combinations for me.
the air conditioning guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 104, 105 in there.
Wet everywhere. That's what they'll say about it. That's what the commenters
That's
were
what
saying.
they have said about it.
That's what the YouTube commenters will say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you interviewed
He looked
DeMarcus Ware.
unwell. I looked unwell.
You did a lot of good content in Canton, Ohio.
Some of the best
DeMarcus Ware,
content.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Who else? Gary Kubiak.
Name
Greg,
a person. Malik
Greg
Jackson.
Penner.
Jackson. Oh,
Yeah.
Wade
Wade
Phillips.
Phillips.
Yep.
I mean, you talked to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Wade Phillips. Yeah, it was good. Shaq Barrett.
Hopefully, everybody enjoyed that content.
Yeah, I hope so.
But Phil,
On
one of the
Miller.
places people chimed in on that was on the Broncos official YouTube page, and you can do the same thing on the
Yeah.
neutral zone. We'll read it right here on the air.
Yeah.
And
We like that.
Ben Swanson stops being mean to you. We'll do that right now.
So last week there was a bit of an incident, I guess is that the best way to say it?
There's been an
It
incident.
was an incident. Something happened
It's like lost.
out there. Yeah, something happened. We had a comment from Mr. Grant Ledbetter.
Who?
Is that how you say
Yeah,
it?
Grant
I don't think that's how you say that.
Ledbetter. But when I was reading it on the show, I said Grantled better.
Grant told better.
Yeah, Grantled better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy mistake. Anybody could have made it.
That could have happened to anybody, really.
Right.
And so the comments, our fans reacted. You know, the Jesse Cofferell 8776 crying emoji. Okay, and then J Prez Bronk, bro, I was laughing my blank off. This is a family podcast. And then
Did
Mr.
he say blank or are you saying blank?
I said Blake.
Oh,
He
okay.
put it in there. J Press. He doesn't mess around.
But it's blank.
Yeah, I said Blake.
Yeah.
Then Mr. Better himself commented and
Love
just
Mr. Better.
said, crying emoji, Phil M, Eric D, you guys are my favorites. I'm glad I could provide a little entertainment. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. Ben too. Oh, that was very nice. I thought that was very, very nice. So we'll try not to make that mistake ever again. Mr. Better.
It will happen.
Ronald. A human person says, Eric and Phil, my best bros. My best bros. Then CVC Pharmacy weighed in here. CVC Pharmacy
sponsor.
4092. Not a sponsor. Did any of you three play sports in high school like football? Immediate response from Gregory Miller, 6303. I can answer for them. No, never, not once.
That, of course,
Kind of
is
hurtful.
not, that, of
That's
course,
not
not
true.
factually true. I played high school football.
Yeah, you were working on two-way goes
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah. They said, I don't know if you're ready for the two-way go. And I said,
I am.
let me just try it.
Yeah, just
They said, please start with the one-way. I said, Coach, I'm ready.
you were ready,
Yeah,
and you proved them all. It was kind of like a Rudy moment.
that's true.
Yeah,
What position did you play?
I played safety and wide receiver.
yeah.
I was very slow to be a wide receiver, so I didn't do very much there. But
But you
Safety,
laid
I
the
was
boom out there. Yeah, you were
more
just out
like a
there.
Justin Simmons, I would say.
Oh, the easy interceptions. That's
The
what you're doing?
interceptions, yeah, the game-changing sort of plays
Got it,
where you
got it.
kind
They
of
were
just
coming your way?
you roam the field a little bit.
Yeah,
That was more my speed.
got it.
Yeah.
And then how'd you do in college?
College, just some things.
So many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Swanson,
many
of course,
offers.
ran cross country in high school.
That's accurate.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we were talking about sports, right?
Oh yeah. I
don't
think
know.
you
I
just
don't think
ran.
I
You put
would,
on your shoes and just took off.
I don't think I would call it.
That's a sport. What are you
Sport
talking
or more
about?
like an activity, like a hobby.
It's like what? It's a sport that other sports do in their sport.
Exactly.
You know.
It's like it's kind of like a more of like a, yeah, just like a product that you kind of use
Yeah.
to do something else.
Yeah. Or like a
Like others-
punishment in other sports.
Yeah, that's your sport.
That's your sport.
Other sports
That's
take
your
that
entire
sport, and they're like, let's add a stick or a ball.
Yeah.
This sport was
Something.
like, I think we're good.
Just go. How far? Just keep
going.
Yeah.
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 I mean, in track, even you have sometimes like a baton that you got to hand off.
Yeah. A little
hurdle?
bit of skill. Yeah.
What?
A hurdle?
Well, sure.
Yeah. A hurdle.
But cross country, you
Yeah,
just go.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go. Oh, what am I going to be running on? It doesn't
Don't
matter.
worry about
just
it.
go.
Yeah, there's a path over
Dirt,
there.
sand,
Run through the
whatever.
woods.
Just
Go.
Yeah. I attempted to play basketball, but it didn't go well.
No.
So I'll just be honest about it. Yeah.
You do the varsity?
I didn't do the varsity.
No.
No, I attempted,
Was it your back?
but no, it wasn't the back of that. Not at that age. Not at that age. I was young.
And Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. NBA champion Michael Porter Jr. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. This one's sort of an odd comment, but it was kind of funny to read, so I thought maybe we should.
played
read it.
tennis,
It was kind
too,
of
just
funny.
in
You
case
played tennis. Sorry. My apologies. Young Nadal over here.
I was actually better at tennis than football.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got it. More of a serve and volley kind of guy, or you?
Just kind of grind it out sort
Oh,
of player. Yeah.
got it. Yeah, just wear down your opponent.
Play? Grass?
Yeah.
Yeah. The grass courts, I think, those are prevalent in high school tennis.
Yeah. Pennsylvania has some of the nicest
Grass.
courts in the world. This one was a funny comment. Kind of threw me off a little. It's from Devin2719. Phil, been watching you since the early 2000s. I think I've been kicked off your videos because my mom got a phone call. Always liked your stuff. Eric, I like you too. I'm not sure. And then replied, sorry, Eric.
Yeah.
What do you think that means?
What do you mean? It's a reference to dial-up internet. Like, mom got a call, so the internet stopped working.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I got confused.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Not like his mom's mad. Someone called his mom and be like,
was like,
he
I
shouldn't be
got
watching
kicked
those
off.
Phil videos.
Got it.
No, I think it's a dial-up internet joke.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, you being old.
Because I'm old.
Or maybe he really has been, assume when you were at the illustrious CU.
Yes, Coach Prime. Happy birthday, Coach Prime. Today, as we're recording, Coach Prime's birthday.
I thought it was yesterday.
I thought it was today.
Swanson, fact check. No, Coach Prime's birthday.
Maybe.
August 9th.
Yeah, today.
It's today.
Beautiful.
Depends when we post this, huh?
J. Price Bronc also comments and says, which current Bronco would you rather have coach your kid's soccer team? Which current Bronco? What do you think? Who's a good teacher out there? Who's a good mentor?
Who would maybe know how to play soccer?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Maybe one of the two kickers.
Yeah, probably the kickers.
I was going to say, you know who I like is a Chris Manhertz. He's like a nice guy, very friendly, toughness, multi-sport type of athlete.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he'd be a good option there. Just a real friendly guy.
Yeah.
Well conditioned, good shape.
I'll go with Mike McGlinchey.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, he has that attitude of like championship or bust. We're only here to win championships.
Yeah.
That's what I want out of my kids'
That's
fourth
it.
grade
Yeah,
soccer
that's all that
team.
matters.
Say, how old is?
It's like, we're here to learn teamwork, and you're like, what?
Win a champ.
Let's just win championships.
ship.
How about that? Yeah. That's a good answer, though.
Yeah.
And, of course, Mike
Good
McGlinchey
leader, gives some
confirmed
good pregame speeches.
from Sean Payton today just a knee sprain
Yes.
on the McGlinchey.
Good news.
Yeah,
that would have been
news.
bad.
Oh, man. That would have been really bad. That would have been really, really bad. Okay, well, let's dive into our first and only topic here. That's the most important one, and that is what to expect from the Broncos come this Friday when they kick off 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Nice and late kickoff.
That's too late.
That's the temperature there in Arizona finally gets to around 100 around that time.
Yeah, the game is inside, Phil.
Oh, got it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, now you know.
So what to expect, what to hope for, what to dream for. That's what we're going to talk about.
What to
H's and
strive
D's.
for.
H's and D's
Yeah.
for the Broncos this Friday.
Will Swanson be there?
I think so.
I am.
Yeah.
Will you be there?
In spirit.
Who will you be? Where
I'll
will you
be in the studio
For what?
getting ready for the Broncos postgame show.
With Todd Davis?
No, Todd, congratulations to Todd. Heading over to our good friends at a sports bar in town here. Going to be doing a podcast.
Oh.
DMVR.
Oh, the Zach Stevens.
That's the Zach Stevens.
Yeah.
That he's going to be doing the Zach Stevens. Yeah.
Congrats to Todd.
Yes, congrats to Todd. Really, congrats to DMVR because they're getting a great
Todd
time.
is a great guy.
Yeah, I should just say that. So I'll be with Steve Atwater this weekend and our good friend Nick Ferguson.
Oh.
Broncos postgame show.
You're bringing the heat for week one, huh?
Yeah. I think we're going to go on at 2:30
Say it's gonna be
in the
a late
morning.
one.
Yeah, in the
We're
morning.
going to go on.
Have a little sleepover in the studio.
Yeah, I'm making waffles.
How did
For
you
the next
convince
morning?
Steve Atwater to do this?
I paid him a lot of money. I opened up my wallet and just said, you take whatever you want,
Yep.
and then just stop wherever you feel like it.
Okay.
And he just took all of the money and my credit cards.
$5.
Yeah. No one really carries a bunch of cash these days.
That's true.
You know, it's hard to find cash.
You got some euros in there?
I had some euros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You're
nice.
the international
Huh?
traveler, you know?
It's true.
I think only one of us has been featured in an international news incident coverage.
Incident?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
I suppose that's true. We'll just leave that up to the imagination.
Yeah. Anybody
so
can
what-
find
yeah.
that, you let us know. We give you a nice hint there.
Really could be anything.
Yeah.
When you put international in front of something, the mystery just kind of
it
goes way
increases.
up. You're like,
just
what?
Incident.
Ooh, international? Are you serious? Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why, but it just does that. Anyway, what do you want to see on Friday when they kick off?
Two things. One is some success from this offense. We don't know who's going to play yet as we're recording this. You know, Mike McGlinchey presumably is not going to play. Javonte Williams, Sean Payton has kind of hinted that maybe he won't play till the second week. Anybody?
Hinting.
Kendall?
Yeah, that's not.
anybody that is slightly banged up, you'd assume that they're not going to play in this football game.
Why push it?
But I still want to see how this offense looks. They've looked a lot better in practice the last few days. Russell Wilson has been
Expecting
sharp.
Russ to play?
Yeah, expecting Russ to play. 15 to 18 plays is what we've heard so far. Phil, we're hoping that's maybe one long series. Maybe you go 12, 13, 14 plays, score a tub, and Sean says,
get out of there.
I've seen enough.
Good night.
See you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
The next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, just some consistency there. We've seen them do it the last few days. Let's see them operate. It's not going to be the full offense, so I don't think people should freak out about the design or anything like that. Sean Payton already said essentially motions, shifts, those sorts of things they're not as worried about right now.
So they want to evaluate the guys, so they don't want them to get them bogged down by all this pre-snap stuff.
Right. So that's kind of the first thing is what does this offense look like? Can it be successful? You definitely don't want to see them go out there and go 3 and out. You'd love to see them put up a drive, score some points, especially, and this is no disrespect to the Cardinals, Phil, but they are kind of considered one of those teams that might struggle a little bit this year that's could potentially have a down year. This is the type of team that you need to beat when the season arrives, and I haven't seen a ton about what they're going to do, but if you're playing their starters or their backups, this is a team that you should go out and take care of business against with your starters.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when I approach the preseason, I look at two things. I say, what do the starters do? And then who are some guys on the back end that are fighting to make this team? What do they do? And I think Sean put it a good way. He was like, there's guys on this team that this game means nothing for, and then there's some guys on this team that this game is everything for. So there's just a wide range here of what this game means to players on this team. But I think it all starts with Russell Wilson. I mean, if you haven't had a chance to come out to Broncos camp, this is going to be your first time to see him out there, see him with Sean Payton calling the plays.
And if you follow Broncos Ave.
Of course. If Broncos Ave?
Yeah.
What is that?
Give a free pub?
Yeah, they're doing some tweets.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
The
we
highlights.
shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, and that's bad. Yeah, you see Jerry Jeudy out there making some catches. Anyway, this is going to be really your first time to see what this thing looks like. So I think that I want to see the offense go out there, execute. Like you mentioned, they've had a great week of practice here as the camp goes on. The first week, the defense was good. This week, offense was good. See what Russ can do out there. I think that I'm just excited to see what it looks like. And then for me on the back end here, like some guys trying to make a name for themselves, what are they able to do there in the second half? That's when Swanson's usually nodding off a little bit, yawning, dozing. I'm going to be intently watching.
That's right.
Yeah, including your favorite player, Aric Grimes. He's going to be out there.
Taylor Grimes.
He's going to be grimed in out there.
Rising grime. Yeah, I mean, you talk about these end of the roster guys or back of the roster guys fighting to make an impression. You think about a Grimes, for example. You think about a Nate Adkins, who seems like he's got an opportunity at tight end, maybe really good blocker. You think about a Jaleel McLaughlin, who Joe Lombardi talked about as, hey, every day he's making a play out there. He's a guy you wouldn't be surprised to see him break a long one. But can you do the other things right? And I think when you come out to training camp or you watch on preseason, there's a tendency for fans to say, oh, this guy made a big catch, he should make the team. Okay, well, what about the other plays? For a wide receiver, are you blocking? Are you running the right route? Is the timing right? Do you not have a drop? Do you not have a penalty? Is there a special teams mistake? For a running back, how do how are you in pass protection? Do you know your assignment and make sure that your quarterback's not getting hit because you go the wrong way? All those things are important and often are kind of the deciding factors in who makes the team and who doesn't. So if you are a player looking to fight for a spot on this roster, it's got to be about more than just making that highlight play, which granted you want and you need to show that ability, but there's a lot more that goes into it. And so how do these rookies handle that challenge when well, that's tough, right? If you're an undrafted guy, you've got 2, maybe 3 chances to really make a name for yourself and prove that you deserve a spot on the team.
I think it's so hard, like mentally, just even to try and do it every single day. And then you're going into these games and you're like, I got to do something to stand out here. I got to make a play. I got to make a tackle. I got to make a catch. I got to break a I got to do something here to just stand out a little bit. And, I think the classic story is that Terrell Davis one, he thought he was done, and he thought he didn't have a chance to make this team. And then, boom, one play. Of course, he doesn't tell the story this way, but I'm sure that prior to that, he had been bringing it all camp long. But you're just so hard on yourself that you don't think you've done enough. That's the mindset that all these guys are coming into this game with, where they're just like, I got to do something. And you mentioned like a McLaughlin. Imagine if he's able to break a long one, score a touchdown, the confidence that would give him moving into the final week of training camp coming up here. I mean, all of these things, it feels like, 2 weeks of practice is kind of building towards this. Let's see what happens here. And then you got one more week, and then, then you're really rolling at that point. So it's a big game for some of those guys on the back end, and guys fighting for a spot on this team.
And it's a challenge, right? Of you want to make a play, but you don't want to
make a mistake.
But like sometimes trying too hard can be a detriment to your game, right?
Like trying to do too much.
That's the sort of thing I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Like say you're an edge rusher, right? And you're Marcus Haynes, and you're trying to make a sack. You're trying to get the quarterback down, and you say, okay, well, what if I just go around this way instead of going through this gap? I need to make a play. It's third down. I got to show that I belong on this team. Boom, you give up your gap, and bad things happen to the defense. So you've got to kind of guard against that, and there's a fine line between letting things come to you and making things happen. And I don't envy these guys because quite frankly, listen, Phil, like a Marvin Mims, for example, a second-round pick, Broncos' first pick in the draft, he's going to get more opportunities to show what he can do. And, Sean Payton has said again and again, once you get here, it shouldn't matter, and we do our best to avoid letting that matter. But he admitted that that's easier said than done, and I'm sure there are times when, hey, X player is going to get more chances because they were drafted higher or because they're a known commodity. And if you're an undrafted guy or you're somebody who was signed and trying to, or, an Albert O, for example, trying to stick on with this team, you're going to have to make the most of your opportunities, even if you don't get quite as many of them.
And Sean's brought up the Pierre Thomas example many times this offseason, just an undrafted guy who came in, even though they in New Orleans drafted a fourth-round running back, Pierre Thomas came in and beat him out. But I think that if you're the Broncos, you're expecting Marvin Mims to be a major contributor this season, especially in the special teams and the return game. So, hey, what's it like when he's out there in an NFL stadium with the lights on and the ball's flying up in the air and it's floating and you don't know what's going on? Is it coming to you? Is it going away from you? If you've seen the punt in the air, it looks like at a certain point, it looks like it's starting to like circle back in away from you. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but it's a nice journey we're on with you.
You don't know what I'm talking about? When the ball is like in the air and you're standing there ready to catch it.
Yeah. When
it starts to come down, it kind of looks like it's dropping way in front of you. So you got to like run up and catch it.
Extensive punt returning experience.
Yeah. So
this is just when you cover the sport as long as I have, Eric, and you've just been around it and you got a feel for the sport. These are the kind of things that I can report on. This is like
the fluttering and the floating.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to return a punt than it just appears like.
Oh, sure. Of course it's hard.
But it does when it's starting to come down, Eric, it looks like it's not, it doesn't just drop right into you. There's a weird thing that it does, and that's why you got to have experience doing it.
This is one of those things where because I haven't done that in years, like I haven't caught up punt since high school.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the caliber of punt was not near. I mean, a high school punt is like
it's not a Dixon punt.
It's like 10 yards in the air and just kind of like a line
rolls
drive.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, I can't really comment, but What you're saying doesn't sound right. I'll just say that.
Can somebody just weigh in and just tell these two
some,
fools what I'm talking about?
It's kind of like I can't say for sure that you're wrong, so you can just kind of.
I'm not wrong. Yeah. So I mean,
certainly if you're standing too far back, it's going to look like it's going away from you.
That's not what I'm saying.
Gosh, you ever set up for a putt and it's like 10 yards shorter than you thought?
See, on TV, it looks like it just goes up and then it keeps going and it comes right into you. But when you're standing there, it doesn't look like that.
You have to go to it?
You got to go to it.
They don't just kick the punt right to you?
Oh, man. Sometimes I wonder, what am I doing here? Why am I wasting my time like this? I do it for the fans, obviously, but it's just please appreciate my sacrifice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
don't know what
you want to see. You want to see Mims out there doing it in an NFL stadium under a little bit of pressure. It's a little bit easier to do it out in practice, is what I'm saying.
Because practice, the ball comes right to you.
In practice, it's different.
In the game, it goes.
The game
a little
is
bit
cool.
easier.
Do you think there's like some sort of motor in the ball that they're messing with it, or like a magnet?
Oh, like a conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
Some people might be saying.
Some people are asking if you think that.
I don't think that there's a magnet in the ball.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Do you?
No.
But anyway, so you want to see what Mims can do because you're going to rely on him in the season. So
for sure,
he's going to need more opportunities out there.
For sure.
But some of the other guys, you just hope that they're able to feel like they put their best foot forward. They left it all out on the field, Aric.
They ran up under that punt.
So what would be successful for the offense? For the starters?
Scoring drive.
One scoring drive. Like, if you have a field goal, you'd be happy. You'd be like, all right.
Yeah, I think you'd be, if it was a touchdown, I think you'd be, that'd be an A. If it was a field goal, I think I'd say, that's a B.
It's a B. Okay.
And granted, if it's we don't know how much you're going to play, right? Like, if it's 2 series, and you end up with a field goal on 2 series, you're probably kind of
fine.
You feel fine about it.
Meh.
2 scoring drives, that would be great.
Oh, A+ maybe.
I mean, I just have a hard time believing that unless it's a short field, that the starting offense is going to have like 2
drives.
I feel like if you get to a 12-play, 10-play type touchdown drive,
I think that'll be it.
That might be it.
That'd be it. Yeah. And then you get a good look at Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah.
Bit,
Let Jarrett Stidham play the rest of the first half, I would hope.
You would think.
And then let the Danuch loose.
And Danuch is on the loose.
And see what he can do.
Yeah. Yeah, so you think just a couple scoring drives, maybe one touchdown drive.
Yeah, touchdown drive.
If there's
a touchdown drive, couple of field goals. Because
move the ball a little.
Let's see, Phil. If you can score 7 points a quarter, you're doing pretty well, right?
What would that mean, Aric?
It depends if the game goes to overtime, Phil.
Oh, okay. So, let's say it goes to overtime. Let's make it a little harder for you.
If it was in the playoffs and you each got the ball back.
Oh, my word.
Could be anywhere from 35 to 42 points.
Wow.
Which would be good.
Yeah. But in the preseason here, we're expecting 28.
We're expecting, yeah. Well, I mean, just like if this offense can get to 24 to 28 points consistently, you're going to probably win a lot of football games.
That's true.
So, hey, can we go out and get a scoring drive and show a little bit of that potential?
Oh yeah, that's what I want to see. Just what's the feel like? Sometimes you can just get a general sense of like the feel like ooh. What?
Sometimes what's
going on? Are they really organized? Are they getting to the line of scrimmage
away watching
quickly?
on TV? You can get the feel.
Yeah. Are there a lot of penalties? This kind of thing. I think then you just get a feel for what's going on. Are they closer? Are they not that close? That kind of thing.
To clicking.
Yeah. I always think back to Aric when I was just a young pup. The Broncos went to Seattle. It was Russ's second year, and they got smoked by the Seahawks. And you're like, man, this Seahawks team's pretty good. This was just a preseason game, but you get the feel around it, And that was a big point for the Broncos that year too, because then they quickly did a little adjustment, and then they were fine. But you could just tell that these two teams were The Seahawks for sure. In
What
their
adjustment
preseason
did they
game.
do?
Some yelling happened. Yeah, there was some yelling. Yeah, and then it made everything better.
Nice.
Yeah,
Normally what happens?
everything was fine after that, but that was a moment, you know. So you want to go
time.
down there, you want to be competitive. It's just a preseason game, but you want to be competitive, you know. And I do think that you can get a feel for the tone. How hard have these guys been working? You know, have they been getting after it? Yes. So let's see it. Let's see it out on the field.
I mean, I think you want to prove different things against different teams, right? Like the 49ers I view as a physical football team.
Ooh,
a team that,
playoff hardened.
what, they went to the NFC Championship last year?
Battle-tested. Yeah.
Like next week, I think you get a sense, especially if they don't play their starters really as much, but just kind of you get a sense of, hey, how do we look against a physical
Are we
football
stacking
team?
up?
The Arizona, again, I feel like this is a team that if you were going down there in the regular season, you should probably win that football game. Let's go show.
Blast.
No. Let's go show what type of football team we are. I think that should be the message this week.
And for the coaching staff, you know, it's a chance for them to kind of work through all their game day procedures. You know, how's the play call getting into Russ?
Yep.
You know,
Fast.
Yeah, Sean on Thursday said, look, speed is the biggest thing, you know.
He didn't say that on Thursday. That's Swanson fact check.
He said you want to get those play calls in quick. Oh, I'm sorry, Wednesday. He said that on Wednesday.
Fact check true.
I'm way off right now. I'm all
A
all out of
preseason game
whack.
on a Friday doesn't quite feel right, does it?
No.
Yeah, it kind of
It's kind of been messing with my brain.
Yeah, the brain is all messed up.
Yours?
No, you just said yours is.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think we all know that.
Phil's brain is perfect.
It's
It never makes
it's
any
always messed up. Yeah, Friday or not. But hey, just get those calls in quickly. Can they make some adjustments at the line of scrimmage? Are they getting all lined up correctly? Are there any mental errors? You know, just the things that the coaching staff says they've been focused on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I would say the last thing in terms of a couple guys, just Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper have had good training camps, and Vance Joseph said 1 to 6. It's one of the deepest pass rushing groups he's been around. You're going to need more than Frank Clark and Randy Gregory this year, and so I'm interested to see, you know, is this just, they're not live, and they're, you know, not able to cut block and these sorts of things. Are Jonathan Cooper and Nick Bonito still as effective? Can Bonito make a big play? Show, hey, I'm here for year two. Those are a couple of guys I'll be watching.
I'm here for you too. Is that what you said?
For year two.
Oh, year two. Okay, got it. Sorry.
You think he's a big U2 fan?
Could be.
I'm here for you too.
I don't know when the concert is, but he's here for it. Yeah. It's a beautiful day.
I'm here
right?
for year two.
Yeah. It was funny because we were talking about pass rush during practice today. It's a harder spot during team, the live periods there, because you're going like full speed, but then you know if I get there, I got to like lay off. It's kind of a hard because during practice on Wednesday, Randy kind of got blocked and he fell over backwards. And everybody was like, oh. But I was like, the pass rusher is one of the spots out there where you start hard, but then you kind of ease up. You know, like it's kind of that's a hard one to judge, I think, during practice. That's like one of the harder spots.
So we'll see what it looks like in real life.
When he's going after
IRL.
guys. Yeah. Sometimes I tend to say in IRL, but that's wrong.
Correct.
Yeah. I could just say, see what it looks like in RL.
You could do that. That would work.
Yeah, that would work, I think. See what it looks like IRL. It's pretty good. All right, Aric, Ben, any shout-outs here?
DeMarcus Ware, of course.
Of course.
We already kind of covered it. But
we talked about him a little bit.
That was a nice speech, though. We
Sweatiness,
didn't talk about the speech, yeah.
Speech, yeah.
Emotional, deep, yeah.
The anthem.
Talked about, he sang the anthem in honor of DT.
Yep. Very cool.
Thinking about DT this week, 8-8 day.
8-8.
Yeah. A lot of former teammates posting about him. But yeah, DeMarcus, that was an emotional speech, you know, talking about how he had a gun pointed at him, and that was sort of a a rebirth type of moment for him, and he used that as motivation. And then he talked about forgiving himself, forgiving his dad. But yeah, I thought it was a nice speech. Troy Aikman said it was one of the best Hall of Fame speeches he's ever heard.
It was good.
Yeah, I mean, DeMarcus was always like pretty good, like, doing press, but yeah, this was like deeper than I feel like we had.
Yeah, well,
heard
you
from
work
him.
on it, you craft it.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
know,
It was really good.
he went third in the Hall of Fame, like in the speech order. That's about the sweet spot, I think. You don't want to go last.
No, people are checked out.
Yeah. It's a hard deal because it's kind of like a wedding toast. It's like the first one's good, you're laughing, maybe the second one's emotional. By the time the 8th toast is coming around, you're just like, please, I just want to dance. Bring out the food, please. It's kind of like that.
You dance at the Hoff?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
When it's all over, it famously converts into a dance hall.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and I just boogied.
They actually kind of did, didn't they, with the Zach Brown band?
Oh, yeah, I guess Zach Brown Band.
What's your
Performed
favorite Zach
that thing.
Brown band song?
I didn't know. I thought it kind of sounds like a brown sack lunch, Zach Brown Band, sack lunch. That's what it makes me, like when you're a kid.
Yeah. It's true.
Brown bag lunch. What's your favorite song? Oh, you
There's a
could go
lot.
on and on.
Yeah.
You could go
A lot
all
of good
day
ones.
here. Yeah. The fans were lining up to go in.
Yeah, that's a
They're
big
excited.
get for
Yeah.
Canton.
Yeah, that's nice. So shout out to DeMarcus Ware.
Shout out to DeMarcus.
Liz Gerald's, of course,
Community,
doing some nice stuff in the community.
really nice.
Shout out to Derek once again in the Javonte Williams jersey.
Oh.
Out here at practice.
Shout out Derek.
Shout out.
How's it been handing out the stickers?
Pretty good, I think.
Good?
Yeah. One of our loyal fans who came out to the brewery last year stopped by, said hello to both of us, Eric.
That's right.
And I probably gave him like 25
10 stickers.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, spread these all
could be you.
around.
That could be
People
you.
have been talking about the stickers. Let's just say that. Let's just put it that way.
They've been talking about it.
Yeah.
It's been a buzz.
They're like, did you see Russ? Huh? No,
What?
I was focused on the stickers.
Sticker. I think Russ was asked about the stickers this week. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure. Okay, anything else to talk about here?
I don't think so.
I hope you guys enjoy your trip to
Thanks.
Arizona. It should
We'll
be
miss
nice. I'll miss you too. Yeah. Late kickoff. You guys won't get back until what, 6 a.m.?
What?
Something like that.
Maybe something like that. Yeah. Have you not checked the itinerary?
I think my flight's a little bit later.
Oh, you got a different flight?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, Swanson's better than everybody.
Yeah. What time is your? Oh, you go back and go to sleep and then fly?
Yeah.
Or, oh, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got to work
We'll
on those.
figure it out. We'll find our way back. You
you'll
don't worry
get
about
back
it.
here.
You don't worry about it.
Maybe you could road trip.
That's true. 13
That would
hours
be
we
nice.
figured it out.
That could be nice.
See a
Little
lot of
drive.
the country.
Hit up the Grand Canyon while you're down there. Sedona. Could be nice. Camelback Mountain. And just hit it all.
There's a lot to
You know,
do.
do it all.
Four Corners?
Yeah, on the drive over. Yeah. Go through Durango if you wanted to. I mean, you could just, it'll be nice.
Just naming some
Yeah.
places.
Man, let's just cancel the flight.
It'll be cancel your flight. Just do that right now. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back again next Thursday. Until then, for Ben Swanson and Aric DiLalla, I am Phil Milani. You've been listening to
The Neutral Zone.